Welcome back. Welcome back, my friends. You're back to another episode of Flawless Fantasy Football. And today, we are going to start with running backs, and we're going to end with the running back. This is Flawless Fantasy Football's Running Backs Finale Show. That's right. We're going to talk about running backs after running back 30. Based on Fantasy Pros' half-point PPR listing, we're going to talk about running backs that I feel that you guys should keep an eye out for, that things could turn right for these people. So if you're in an area where you actually have the core of your team already, and if you feel some type of way about this player, some type of level of conviction, because that's what it's all about, guys. You got to have this and this. A little bit of conviction, but it can't be unbiased conviction. You still got to have some logical conviction as well. Okay? So we're going to talk about running backs after running back 30 that I think you guys should know about before your drafts pop off. All right? So we're going to do that, and we're going to have a couple of announcements also in the video. So again, thanks for showing up, pressing like. Let's get to it. Okay, guys, let's get to it. Listen, straight up, here it is. Numbers 32, this is the current ranking that they have. Number 32, 33, 35, 36, 37, 44, 51, and 67. So yes, we're digging deep. Anybody can say, oh yeah, I feel good about this guy, I feel good about that guy. But what about the ones that are late? The ones that have a real good chance of making some noise for a third or a half of a season that really carries their way all the way to the fantasy championship and beyond. All right, so here we go. Number 32. I'm going to list the guys down, and I'm also going to give them a color designation, okay? Now, first one, ranked number 32, is Tony Pollard. Okay? Now, the report is coming out of Dallas that Pollard is going to be having he's going to be getting a lot of passes. Dak Prescott actually hinted to it and said, he's going to be getting a lot of passes, in which he should, okay? Because Zeke's number's been going down the last 5 or 6 years, averaging per game, and that somebody has to pick it up. He's the home run hitter guy over there. The change has got to happen eventually, right? Okay? So Tony Pollard is one of these guys, if you feel invested in the rushing output for Dallas, even though they just lost their main offensive lineman, so that's going to hurt, that kind of ups his value even a little bit more. They're going to need him to be a part of the plan, especially without the rest of the receiving weapons. So Tony Pollard is somebody that you can get, possibly use out, as a flex option. If you're into that, I prefer you get a wide receiver, especially if you're in half point, unless you're in a standard or something. But if anything happens to Zeke, in which something may, Father Time is undefeated, Tony Pollard could be a nice stealer, especially at number 32. Number 33, Rhamondre Stevenson. He's getting picked somewhere around 8th round, sometimes in the 7th, late 7th. But definitely he's going to like the 8th round of 12-man leagues, maybe a little bit later in 10-man leagues. Again, the running back, the coach said that him and Damian Harris are both going to be 3-down backs. I don't believe that because Damian Harris can't catch a cold. So Stevenson's the future. One little mistake by Harris, a benching or injury, and it's going to be Stevenson's season. Currently, number 33 running back in half-point PPR. Number 35 is Devin Singletary. Now, I know some people may be afraid of the reports. Zach Moss is looking good, this, that, and the other. That's the same Zach Moss that was there last year. It's the same one. I don't think he got cloned or nothing. He's the same guy. And from what I understand, that basically what may be happening it's kind of like the 49er situation. They set up here and reports came out from the coach that Trey Sermon is a standout from camp. I didn't see nothing on his game log that said that. At the end of the day, probably just trying to say that so he can ship him off somewhere. I don't buy that crap. You got to be careful about coaches saying stuff about running backs that they had in the doghouse last year, just like Moss, and they just got a guy to come in and cook. So I just think they're trying to get rid of him. Singletary is a main cog in a high-power offense. You saw what he did the last 5-6 games of the season, where he's basically running back 2. It can happen again. I'm not worried about the rookie being in there protecting the quarterback. Allen, they don't usually get at to Cookie, so I'm not worried about Cooks. Devin Singletary can be had for the niceness to round out the already core of your team to get some running back depth if you're into that. Number 36, this guy's stock is going crazy up, and that's Dameon Pierce. First, I really wasn't sold because he had one game. He had one game, and he was like, 5 carries? For like 49 yards or something crazy? Oh my God. But then he came out and he did it again. So, this dude might be the truth, and there ain't really that much competition over there at all with Burkhead and Marlon Mack. So, the coach is sold on him. So, if you want to get him as a running back 3, if you get front-loaded wide receivers or something like that and you want to put him in there, but you better be careful because people saw that, so people understand the hype. So, you might not be able to get him. He's going round 8. I just did a mock tonight. Still went round 8. I don't think that dude's going to go in round 8. Not in a league that's competitive anyway. Number 37, Melvin Gordon. Melvin Gordon's still going to have, he's going to have some room on his team. I don't think they're going to get a full workload to him. It's probably be like a 60-40 split at best. So, and hell, if anything happens to Mr. RB1 over there, Melvin Gordon can have himself a nice, because he's playing for another contract for next year. I'm assuming he's going to still try to ball next year somewhere. If he does well, and if they share it, if he does well, or if anything happens and he does well, I think he'll get a contract somewhere, but it'll be to a sorry team. Because he's definitely on the decline and he's peaked. So Melvin Gordon is somebody that if he had opportunity, it can be him. Because I'm not too sure about the health of the starting RB. Number 44, Kenneth Gainwell. Going as running back 44. Let me tell you guys, listen, it's all about projection. Sometimes you just have to stamp your flag down. Because, Miles Sanders is already injured, okay? And he's next up. He can catch, he's dynamic, he's shifty. He's awesome on the goal line. He showed all these traits last year. So, Eagles' offensive line is the number 1 rated offensive line overall. He has the ability. He will, because Miles Sanders is gonna glass out. I could just freaking bet my freaking left arm on it. He's gonna glass out. And it's gonna be Gainwell season. Not likely Boston Scott. Boston Scott to get some work in to keep him fresh, because not gonna run him like crazy, but he's gonna have so much opportunity. Love Kenneth Gainwell. I know I mentioned it to, I don't know who I mentioned it to today. And it was talking about when I picked Singletary to spot. I'm actually feeling better about Gainwell, but Gainwell can still go two, possibly 3 rounds possibly after Singletary, even though they're 9 spots apart. Definitely 2 rounds after. So, Kenny Gainwell still ranked number 44 on half point PPR and Fantasy Pros. Number 51. This is a name I haven't mentioned. Tyler Algier. I think it's two L's. He is the ranking running back for Atlanta. Now, sure, they have Cordell Patterson over there right now, but at the end of the day, Atlanta's going to suck. Oh, and will they suck? And at the end of the day, when they suck and it's going to be towards the end of the season, guess what? It's going to be Allgeier season. It's going to be Tyler Allgeier season. And they're going to run him and see what they really got in him. Probably last 5-6 games of the season. It's going to be his by week 10. I'm pretty sure. So keep an eye on his production. Bigger guy, he can work, he can take the load, shoulder the load, and he's going to be ready to show after sitting the bench probably the first half of the season. He's going to be somebody you need to watch out for. And let me get back over here in writing mode. I mentioned him video or two ago, Isaiah Pacheco. Now here's the deal. You got CEH over there, he's a starter. But I don't trust CEH. I don't think he's he don't have a great bill of health. The spleen issues that they're talking about from last year and everything. So, yeah, but he's somebody to look out for. Isaiah Pacheco. So, if something happens to him, he'll be the main guy there. And he's shifty. He might have I don't know. Look how late he's getting drafted. He's getting drafted as one of the last picks in drafts. So don't be afraid to pick him. Especially if you're shooting for the upside again. I don't want you guys picking up jabronis at the end. Corey Davises and shit. These scrub players with no upside. I want all of your late picks to be upside. All right, so here we go. Tony Pollard, I'm going to give him a yellow. Because there are paths, there are worlds where he can actually be productive. Don't give my full endorsement, but I can see where some things may break right for him. Stevenson, y'all know he's getting the green. He's my guy. The writing's on the wall. I see it all day long. Devin Singletary. Love Devin Singletary. Got to find his games, though. When they start committing to him pretty much down the stretch. Josh Allen does a lot of running it in, but he's somebody to have. Star running back on a high offensive team is always somebody to have. All freaking ways. I'm not buying into the Zach Moss hype. Oh, man. This is tough. I'm going to give Dameon Pierce a green. I'm sold, especially when you're picking him in the 8th round. So you should be building the nucleus on top of the nucleus of your team already. He has a bunch of explosion, no competition to speak of, and the endorsement of the head coach that just said, we just want to run. We're old school. So I think he want to run the freaking doggone wheels off Dameon Pierce and see what he really got. He's definitely going to be the starter week 1. Not a doubt. That's going to sell a lot week 1. Melvin Gordon. Things break right for him. He could produce like a green, but I got to give him a yellow. He'll get some work. So I'm going to give him a yellow for that. But definitely things need to go break right for him because I don't think he's a comfortable flex right now, but just somebody if you're hoping to get a piece of that good offense that I think that has a great defense, that's pretty good defense, Denver. And trust me, he's willing to try to prove people wrong. Kenneth Gainwell, man, I'm telling you, I'm geeked up by Kenneth Gainwell. And this is not a bias. I've never had Kenneth Gainwell. And nowhere I've never had Kenneth Gainwell. But he's somebody that I looked at, somebody I've seen, and I can see this projection before everybody else can see it, and I'm buying in. Tyler Allgeier, he's somebody for later. I definitely believe, again, this doesn't mean go draft him. Don't draft Allgeier because he won't show himself anytime soon. It's going to be the Cordell Patterson show and all the nonsense. But he's definitely somebody to keep your eye on in the way and seeing his usage. And if it starts to increase, snag him before people start talking. And Isaiah Pacheco, again, it's all predicated on CEH laying down. But I think all these players right here, each and every one of them, all 8 have paths to where things can go very right for them. All right? So there you go. Tony Pollard, ranked number 32 currently on half-point PPR. on Fantasy Pros currently today: Tony Pollard, Ramondre Stevenson, Singletary, Damian Pierce, Melvin Gordon, Kenneth Gainwell, Tyler Algier, Isaiah Pacheco. All right? So, appreciate that. Hey, anybody that's actually new to the video, just happen to slide through, press like, press subscribe, join the channel, join the family, join the community. We raw out here. We outside. You know how they say, we outside. So, because I'm just going to give you a level of conviction that a lot of people aren't going to give you. Okay? So, and I'll tell you, if I'm slightly biased towards somebody for something, I'm going to tell you. If not, I'm going to tell you that too. You know, so it is what it is. I want you to know where I'm coming from when I say these things. Also, I want to give a special announcement to the winners, the 2 grand prize winners of this special announcement to having Flawless at their ear/fingertips at their League of Record drafts. And that goes to Russell Gaw and Kanoa Bill. Congratulations, guys. Congratulations. You made it. Everybody give them a round of applause. So I'll get with you guys this weekend and we can just make things rain. We can just make things rain. We're going to feel real good. All of you guys are going to do great in your drafts. You didn't sit up here and watch me and comment and do all this stuff for no reason, okay? So I got faith in all you guys. This year is all about receipts for me and making champions. So I got just as much as faith in Russ and Kanoa Bill as I do in all of you guys. Straight up. So, also, what I'm about to do now, got a couple more minutes. I got a big surprise for you. Gentlemen, I bring forth to you exclusively to close out running back week properly. Flawless Fantasy Football's top 12 running backs. Number 1, Jonathan Taylor. Number 2, Austin Eckler. 3, Derrick Henry. 4, Joe Mixon. 5, Najee Harris. 6, DeAndre Swift. 7, Leonard Fournette. 8, James Conner. 9, Nick Chubb. 10, A.J. Dillon. 11, Ramondre Stevenson. 12, Kenneth Gainwell. Now, this is the caveat on this. Whenever, every single year, you can walk it all the way back. I've done the research all the way back from 2014. Maybe I did 13, I'm not sure. Whenever you take the consensus 12 running backs and you go back to see how it finished, there is a 50%, 45 to 50% bust rate. That means 5 are not on the list at all, on the top 12 that were on the list. And people that weren't even close to being on there, on low-end running back 2s or high-end running back 2s, or maybe even a couple of people that came a lot lower, just and things fell right, came into the top 12. So based on my projections and based on the things and people I see that will do well this year, that's why you see A.J. Dillon, Ramondre Stevenson, and Kenneth Gainwell, because I predict things to break right for them, and they get in this top 12 running backs and be a running back one, which is a top 12 running back. I believe that can happen. They already have A.J. Dillon projected somewhere around about the 20s or something like that, maybe 18 running back. But the workload there is going to be heavier than expected. Ramondre Stevenson and Kenneth Gainwell. Trust me, guys, you have to take shots. It's not going to, the list that they put out there is not going to be the exact list. People that you don't have on this list, I'm going to be honest with you, I left them off on purpose. I left CMC off this list. I gave a yellow, but I'm just not going to put him on my list. He glasses out too much, and I love making fun of CMC. See that bias that just came in? I let you guys know. I made hella videos last year, me clowning CMC, not clowning him, but clowning the people that drafted him, because I was telling them not to draft him. And he just shows that he's injury prone. Other people that's on the list that's in the top 12 that I don't have in the top 12 is Cook and Kamara. And of course, I don't have Zeke on here. He ain't freaking gonna make the top 12. You know, Cook glasses out. He didn't finish in the top 12 last year because he missed so many games. And Kamara is holding a suspension over his head. He's going to be playing over that the whole year. So he's not going to make my top 12. Guys, this is my top 12 running backs. Flawless Fantasy Football's top 12 running backs. Expect these guys to be monsters this year. Stamping it, damn it. I'm stamping it. You know, I feel great about the rest of these guys. Confidence of picking these guys. Some of these, as you go, these are first rounders, obviously. In second round, it gets into Swift at the bottom of the first, so to speak, and then these guys right here be in the second. And then here are my 3 wild cards. Man, Flawless Fantasy Football. Like, comment, subscribe if you're new. Man, we finna jump off into some wide receivers next. Flawless Fantasy Football, baby. Top 5 running backs. Stop playing. Holla at your boy.